Good evening, everybody. It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone has had a great Friday so far, and it is time for your final. Well, I say final match preview. It's probably not going to be the final match preview, but it's the final preview of the regular championship season. We are finally at that point. Leeds United against Southampton at Elland Road tomorrow for a 12:30 kickoff in what has the very, very, very small potential to be one of the best days in recent history, but will more than likely just be the final game of the season before we enter the playoffs. Just before we get into the video in more detail, please make sure that you are smashing that like button. It really does help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. We're on the final home stretch to hitting 3K. Hit the notification bell and, of course, get all your thoughts and opinions on tomorrow afternoon's game in the comments section down below. I'm interested to get all your thoughts and your feelings and just your overall mood going into it, really. Yeah, look, everyone knows me by now. I don't speak tactically, or I just speak about what I think is going to happen just from a general fan's perspective. I don't go into the analytics, I don't go into the data, but I think that's kind of why you all like to watch me, hopefully. I just say everything with my chest. And I'll be honest, guys, I've resigned myself to the fact that it is going to be playoffs. I wish Ipswich had a tough fixture tomorrow. But let's be honest, on paper, Ipswich should be absolutely battering Huddersfield at Portman Road. A Huddersfield side who are already all but relegated. Nothing to play for whatsoever. And let's be honest, they'll want to rub it in our faces, won't they, that they've kind of helped Leeds United go into the playoffs. What a story it would be if Huddersfield get a result and beat Ipswich tomorrow, and then we beat Southampton and we go up. That would be football poetry, if you like. And of course, it isn't impossible. But the percentage chance of it happening, I'm going to go as high as about 2%. I've got no hope or expectation going into it, I can't lie. Obviously, well, I say that. There's obviously a very small glimmer of hope, but I've had to kept telling myself throughout today, don't think like that because it isn't going to happen. Because if you feel like, if you tell yourself that it's going to happen and then it doesn't, you're more disappointed, aren't you? Look, it's been a great season. It has. It's been a very, very good season overall. Post-international break, the one just gone, it hasn't been great at all. We've massively fallen off a cliff. I don't know if it's down to fatigue. I don't know if it's a mentality thing or if we've just been found out tactically. Maybe it's a mixture of all three. Does Farker need to take some responsibility? Absolutely. But more so the players as well, because no disrespect to Ipswich Town, if they get the job done tomorrow and they get promoted, they thoroughly deserve it. They've been very good to watch all season, played some very, very attractive football, and thoroughly deserve everything that they get. I think they'll struggle in the Premier League, even if they make additions. I think there's a lot of that team that would need to be moved on if they are to survive in the Premier League. Otherwise, I think it'll be a very tough year for them. However, they have to enjoy the moment if it does occur for them tomorrow. But no disrespect to them. And again, there'll be Ipswich fans that say, well, but I believe Leeds have got a better squad than Ipswich, and I think that's fair to say. Even Ipswich fans would probably admit that. True Ipswich fans, I know they'll probably come back and go, yeah, but we're above you, we're off up, blah blah blah. But I'm sorry, caliber-wise and quality-wise, we have got a better squad than them. They've sort of carried a wave from promotion from League One. People forget they didn't win League One. They came second in League One. So for them to carry the momentum, even though they finished second up to the Championship, takes some doing. And, hats off to Kieran McKenna and Ipswich Town for doing that. But, we've got a better squad than them. So has Daniel Farke failed? Yes and no. Yes, in terms of we should be going up in the top two. We should be well confirmed for top two by now. But no, he hasn't failed in a sense of, if we win tomorrow, we're on 93 points. He'll have equalled Bielsa's record. And, there's still a very, very good chance that Leeds go up in the playoffs. But, from where we were at the international break, we're top of the league going into the international break. And now we look like we're going to finish third. I think Farke needs to take a lot of the responsibility, but so do the players. But again, that's probably a topic for another story once the season is well and truly done. But more on tomorrow. Look, if Bamford is injured, it's going to be Perot. Like, let's just be honest. He's not going to start Mateo Joseph. And if he does, fair play to him. But again, I want Mateo Joseph to start as a fan. But then when you think about it logistically, you'd be putting him in cold, really, because he's not had a lot of minutes this season. And it is a gamble. When there is, I know we might not believe it to be the case, but the squad will believe that it is still there to be had in terms of top two. It's not out of the realms of possibility that Huddersfield beat Ipswich. So we need to go out there tomorrow, regardless of what it means for us, but we need to end this season on a high, regardless of if it gets us top two or not. We need to go out there tomorrow. We need to make a bit of a statement going into the playoffs that, Leeds are here and we're here and we mean business. If we can beat Southampton tomorrow at Elland Road, I'm not saying it means we would beat them in the playoff final should we both get there, but it'd be a bit of a psychological edge over them going into a potential playoff final with them, if we get there, of course. And, who would you rather have out of Norwich, West Brom and Hull City? Weirdly, I don't know why, but I would rather take Norwich. I know they're in slightly better form than the rest, but I just think West Brom, both games we've played with them this season have not been great. And I wouldn't like to go up against them in a playoff scenario. I really wouldn't. I would, even if we end up getting beat by Norwich, I still stand by the opinion that I think I would rather come up against them. But, if miracles do happen, we won't even be speaking about the playoffs this time tomorrow. But yeah, all jokes aside, like I said, we just need to go out there and get the job done, regardless of what it means for us in the end. And a good convincing performance would be nice as well, because if you think about it, we can kind of go into this game with, there's nothing to lose really. Obviously, if we lose the game, it's not great going into a playoff scenario that you would, lose the last two games of the season going into it. But I hope that the fact that it's pretty much decided that Ipswich are going to go up, that we just go out there, play our football, play our stuff, get back to basics and get back to how we were playing pre-international break. Yeah, some of the performances pre-international break were not as good as we can be, but we're still getting results. We're still getting things over the line. And, I was watching the square ball with Filet earlier, and obviously they were all saying, there's that small percentage chance that it's going to happen tomorrow. But I think it might have been Filet who said, Leeds just need to go out and get the job done. Regardless, like I've just said, I expect an improvement in performance from the lot of them, because that at QPR last week was diabolical. Ethan Ampadu was interviewed on Leeds socials and he said we need to put Friday night right. Yeah, I completely agree. But a lot of the stuff he was saying in there, I was thinking, yeah, but too little too late now, mate. The damage has already been done, really. And, if we manage to get top two tomorrow by the skin of our teeth, then fair play to them. But like I said, we need a bit of momentum going into the playoffs. If we can play well tomorrow and get 3 points tomorrow, regardless of what goes on at Portman Road, we just need to get the 3 points, play well, hopefully, and then you go into the playoffs and it's a clean slate, really. It's a fresh start. We'll have 8 days to prepare for the first leg, which will be away from home, and then obviously the second leg will be at Elland Road. But yeah, look, I'm. It is the hope that kills you in the end. It is. It really is the hope that kills you. Do I think Leeds are going to go up automatically tomorrow? No. Is it impossible for it to happen? No, it isn't. And it's that hope and that delusion, if you want to call it delusion in a good way, that makes all these fans want to go to the game tomorrow. Because if, and it's a big if, it occurs, you'll want to say that you were there. And look, I'm going to be there tomorrow. And there is a massive part. I mean, I will say it. Excuse my French, but I am shitting myself because all I'm going to be thinking tonight, all I'm going to be thinking on the journey down to the ground tomorrow is, but what if? But what if? What if? And like I say, it'll end in disappointment because I'll get in the ground tomorrow and I'll feel like we're going to do it, and then it won't. But look, I'm still proud of what this team has managed to do, considering the start to the season we had. Players leaving on loan, players refusing to play for the club, signings not coming in until later on in the window. But we eventually got the business done. And once Farke got into his groove, we've played some unbelievable football. We've had some great results, great days, great nights at Elland Road. And look, I know that Leicester have been giving us a bit of shit for it, but that night against them was one of the best nights I've had at Elland Road in a very long time. You know, there's the Ipswich result just before Christmas. You know, we've had some good days and good nights this season. So I just hope that whether it's automatically by some miracle or whether it's playoffs, that we go up and get what we deserve out of this season. Because overall, it has been really, really good. But again, it'll mean nothing if we don't go up. So yeah, it's all a bit up in the air. This time tomorrow, guys, we will know our fate and we will know what is happening moving forward. Like I said at the beginning, probably not going to be the last match preview, but hopefully it is. If you have enjoyed it, though, in fact, actually, I need to give my predictions, don't I? I need to give my predictions. Oh, my heart is saying Ipswich 0, Huddersfield 1, and Leeds 2, Southampton 1. But my head and my realistic head is saying still 2-1 to Leeds. I do still think we'll win the game. But I think Ipswich beat Huddersfield 3-0. And I think they'll go up. And look, if it happens like that, congratulations to Ipswich Town in advance. But we'll just need to knuckle down and get ready for a tough few playoff games. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, guys, please make sure that you're smashing that like button. It really does help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new and help me reach 3K as soon as possible. Hit the notification bell so that you're always aware of when I'm uploading and going live. And of course, get all your thoughts and opinions into the comment section down below. I'll be next on the channel tomorrow. Once I eventually get home, it'll probably be around this time tomorrow night with a match review. And then there'll be the last say on Sunday, and obviously there'll be content throughout next week probably in the build up to the playoffs. So yeah, keep it locked at Chatting Leeds, and like I said, hit the notification bell. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, guys, and I will see you in a bit. Cheers.